6th of June, 1944. Dawn breaks over Normandy. Wooden gliders descend through flak-torn sky. No engines, just wind and gravity. Inside one cockpit sits a cargo manifest stamped with a name most have never heard. Henry Kaiser. While the world watched Howard Hughes chase his white whale, Kaiser quietly built the fleet that made this invasion possible. But our story begins 3 years earlier, when the gamble first took shape. 18th of December, 1941. 11 days after Pearl Harbor. Henry Kaiser stands in a Washington conference room, facing military procurement officers who think he's lost his mind. He's a shipbuilder, concrete dams, Liberty ships, nothing with wings. Yet here he proposes converting his West Coast shipyards into aircraft factories, not for fighters or bombers, for cargo planes, made of wood. The room goes silent. One officer finally speaks. Wood. When we need bombers. Kaiser doesn't flinch. He's 59, built like a boxer gone to seed, with wire-rimmed glasses that make him look more accountant than industrialist. But he's already performed one miracle, cutting Liberty ship production time from 230 days to 42. He knows something about impossible deadlines. He explains his logic. Aluminum is rationed. Every pound goes to fighters and bombers. But wood, Douglas fir, spruce, birch, grows in Oregon and Washington forests by the millions of board feet. His shipyards already work with curved forms and stress structures. A wooden cargo plane is just a ship that flies. The officers exchange glances. They've heard this pitch before from Howard Hughes. Hughes has a contract for 3 massive flying boats, the HK-1. Press calls them Hercules. Hughes calls them essential. But Hughes is in Hollywood, surrounded by starlets and reporters. Kaiser is here in a government office, offering something different, not 3 spectacular planes, but thousands of practical ones. Kaiser leaves with a handshake, not a contract. The military will watch. If he can prove the concept, they'll talk. 3rd of January, 1942. Kaiser returns to his Richmond, California shipyard. He brings blueprints, not his own. He's partnered with Hughes on the flying boat project, the HK-1. It's a strange marriage, the Hollywood maverick and the concrete industrialist. Hughes handles design. Kaiser handles production. But Kaiser sees what Hughes doesn't. The HK-1 is a monument, wingspan wider than a football field, 8 engines, capacity for 750 troops. It's magnificent. It's also singular. Hughes obsesses over every rivet, every curve. He wants perfection. Kaiser wants volume. So Kaiser makes a quiet decision. He'll fulfill the HK-1 contract, it's government money after all, but he'll also pursue his own path. Something smaller, something reproducible, something that can be built not in years but in weeks. He studies existing designs. The British Horsa glider catches his attention. No engine, just wings and a cargo bay. Towed by a bomber released over the target zone. It's expendable, lands once, gets abandoned. But it delivers troops, jeeps, artillery, and it's made entirely of wood. Kaiser requests the blueprints through military channels. The British agree. By March, he has them spread across a shipyard warehouse floor. 14th of March, 1942. Kaiser assembles his team, not aircraft engineers but shipwrights. Men who know how to laminate wood, how to steam bend frames, how to seal joints against water. He tells them, forget what you know about ships. Think lighter, think stronger, think air. They start with the Horsa plans but immediately hit problems. British measurements use imperial units. Kaiser's yards don't stock. Wood species differ. British use ash and spruce. Kaiser has Douglas fir and birch. Glues behave differently in California. Humidity versus English damp. Kaiser assigns each problem to a team. Metallurgists test adhesives. Carpenters experiment with lamination patterns. Engineers calculate stress loads. It's not elegant. It's brute force problem solving. Throw resources at obstacles until they break. By May, they have a prototype fuselage. It looks like a whale skeleton. Ribs of laminated wood, skin of plywood, all held together with casein glue made from milk protein. Kaiser walks through it knocking on frames. Solid, light, cheap, but there's no contract yet. The military is watching Hughes, not Kaiser, and Hughes is struggling. 2nd of August, 1942. News reaches Kaiser. Hughes has missed his first deadline. The HK-1 flying boat, the Spruce Goose, as reporters now call it, is behind schedule. Hughes blames government interference, material shortages, engineering challenges. He's not wrong. Building the world's largest aircraft from wood is genuinely hard, but Kaiser sees something else. Hughes is building alone. His Culver City facility is secretive, controlled, perfectionist. No outside contractors, no mass production. Hughes wants to prove wooden aircraft can be beautiful. Kaiser wants to prove they can be numerous. Kaiser makes his move. He contacts the Army Air Forces directly, bypassing the Navy contract that ties him to Hughes. He offers a deal. Give me a glider contract. Small numbers first, say 100 units. If I deliver on time and under budget, scale it up. The AAF is skeptical but desperate. Glider production is lagging. The planned invasion of Europe, still unnamed, still distant, will need thousands of gliders. Current manufacturers can't meet demand. On 15th of September, Kaiser gets his contract. 100 CG-4A Waco gliders, a proven American design. Delivery deadline 6 months. It's a test. Pass and the real orders come. Kaiser doesn't celebrate. 6 months is tight. He converts an entire shipyard building, Building 8, a cavernous space that once assembled Liberty ship sections. He installs jigs, assembly stations, quality control checkpoints. He hires 200 workers, mostly women. The men are overseas or in other war plants. He trains them not as aircraft builders but as furniture makers. That's what a wooden glider is, really. Precision carpentry. Joints must fit tight. Grain must run true. Glue must cure fully. It's craft work scaled to industrial speed. 12th of October, 1942. The first Kaiser-built glider rolls out. It's ugly, bare wood, no paint, just varnish, but it's airworthy. A test pilot tows it behind a C-47, releases at 5,000 feet. It glides smooth, lands hard but intact. Kaiser's team swarms it, checking for cracks, joint failures, delamination. They find minor issues: a wing spar slightly twisted, a tail brace underglued. Fixable. By December, Kaiser delivers all 100 gliders. On time. Under budget. The AAF orders 500 more, then 1,000, then 3,000. Kaiser scales fast. He opens a second facility in Willow Run, Michigan, partnering with Ford's bomber plant. He licenses the design to subcontractors, furniture companies, piano makers, anyone who works with wood. By mid-1943, Kaiser's network produces 50 gliders per week. Meanwhile, Hughes is still building his one giant plane. 4th of April, 1943. Kaiser visits Hughes in Culver City. It's awkward. They're still partners on the HK-1 contract, but Kaiser's glider success has made him the military's favored wooden aircraft supplier. Hughes is defensive, prickly. He shows Kaiser the HK-1's massive wing section, a marvel of engineering, laminated spruce layers curved into an airfoil 11 feet thick. It's beautiful. It's also unfinished. Hughes complains about government inspectors, material delays, design changes. Kaiser listens, then offers help. Use my production methods, modular assembly, subcontractors, standardized components. Hughes refuses. He can't surrender control. For Hughes, the HK-1 is personal, proof that he's not just a playboy but a serious engineer. For Kaiser, aircraft are products. The difference is philosophical, unbridgeable. They part coolly. Kaiser returns to Richmond, knowing the partnership is dead. He'll fulfill his HK-1 obligations. He's already built sections of the hull, but his focus is elsewhere. 18th of May, 1943. Kaiser receives a classified briefing. The invasion of France, now codenamed Overlord, is set for spring 1944. The airborne component will be massive. 3 divisions dropped behind enemy lines. Gliders will carry heavy equipment, jeeps, howitzers, medical supplies. The AAF needs 5,000 gliders by May 1944. Can Kaiser deliver? He does the math. 12 months. 5,000 units. That's 417 per month, 96 per week. His current output is 50 per week. He needs to double production, and he's already running 3 shifts. Kaiser's solution is radical. He'll stop building ships. His Richmond yard, his pride, the facility that made him famous, he'll convert it entirely to gliders. It's a financial risk. Ship contracts are lucrative, guaranteed. Glider contracts are cost plus lower margin. But Kaiser isn't chasing profit. He's chasing legacy. By July, Building 8 is fully converted. Assembly lines run 24 hours. Workers sleep in on-site barracks. Kaiser himself works the floor, troubleshooting jigs, testing glues. He's hands-on in a way Hughes never is. Production hits 100 gliders per week by September, then 120. By December, 150. Kaiser meets his target. 1st of June, 1944, 5 days before D-Day. Somewhere in England, a CG-4A glider sits on a runway, tail number traced to Kaiser's Richmond yard. Inside, a jeep, 2 pilots, 13 soldiers. The glider is towed aloft by a C-47, part of a stream of 500 gliders heading for Normandy. At 2:00 a.m., the tow rope releases. The glider descends in darkness. No lights, no engine, just wind over wings. The pilots aim for a field marked by pathfinders. They miss by 200 yards, crash through a hedgerow, skid to a stop. The fuselage cracks but holds. The jeep is intact. The soldiers unload and disappear into the night. By dawn, 300 of Kaiser's gliders have landed in France. Some crash. Some are shot down, but most deliver their cargo. The invasion succeeds in part because Kaiser built enough gliders that losses didn't matter. Hughes, meanwhile, is still building his flying boat. 2nd of November, 1947. More than 2 years after the war ends, Howard Hughes finally taxis the HK-1, the Spruce Goose, into Long Beach Harbor. Reporters gather. Cameras roll. Hughes climbs into the cockpit, fires up all 8 engines. He's promised only a taxi test, but at the last moment he pulls back on the yoke. The giant plane lifts, just barely, just 70 feet, just for a mile. Then it settles back onto the water. It never flies again. Hughes moves it into a hangar where it sits for decades, a monument to ambition, to perfectionism, to what might have been. Kaiser's gliders, by contrast, are gone. Most were abandoned in Europe, left in fields where they landed. Some were salvaged for firewood. A few ended up in museums. But their impact is undeniable. 14,000 gliders built by Kaiser's network. Tens of thousands of troops and tons of cargo delivered. D-Day, Market Garden, the Rhine crossing, all made possible by wooden wings. Kaiser himself moves on. After the war, he builds hospitals, develops planned communities, pioneers prepaid healthcare. He never builds another aircraft. He doesn't need to. He's already proven his point. 10th of August, 1967. Henry Kaiser dies at age 85 in Honolulu. Obituaries mention his ships, his dams, his healthcare innovations. Few mention the gliders. They were wartime expedients, unglamorous, forgotten. But in a way, that's the point. Kaiser understood what Hughes never did. That wartime innovation isn't about spectacle. It's about scale. It's about solving the problem in front of you with the materials at hand, then solving it 5,000 more times. The Spruce Goose flew once. Kaiser's gliders flew thousands of times, carrying the weight of an invasion on wings made of wood and glue and relentless, unglamorous competence. That's the legacy. Not the plane everyone remembers, but the fleet no one does. Not the genius who chased perfection, but the industrialist who delivered enough.